Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Rossi. Today we're going to finish our line monsters from last week. What you will be needing today is your line monster paper from last time, so you should have a beautiful line paper that has all the colors of the rainbow and all of our different kinds of lines that we practice drawing. You should also have your extra line monster papers that we saved last time, so you should have some white and some black papers for us to add details. You're going to need a pencil, an eraser, a glue stick, and a scissor since we will be collaging, and some markers or crayons. We just read the book, Glad Monster, Sad Monster, and we got to think about all of the different kinds of emotions and feelings the monsters were showing. When we create our monster today with our paper, I want you to think about what kind of emotion you want your monster to show and how you can arrange its face to show that emotion. So if it's happy, maybe it's going to be smiling. If it's angry, maybe it's going to have a big frown and its eyebrows are going to be lowered. If it's surprised, maybe it has large open eyes and some crazy pointy hair that's sticking out all over the place and a different shaped mouth. So think about what kind of emotion you want your monster to have and how you can create a face to show that emotion. So what we're going to do to start making our monster is we're going to take these smaller papers, and I'm going to start with this larger white one, and I'm going to draw my eyes on this paper. Now, if you have extra paper at home, you can always use whatever extra paper you have to add more to your project. You don't have to use just what I am giving you. But I'm going to start with this paper, and I'm going to decide how many eyes I want my monster to have and how big they're going to be. Also, what shape I want them to be. So I can make circle eyes, or I can make semicircle eyes, or a different shaped eye that looks totally different than a normal eyeball, and that will work for our monster too. You can have one eye right in the middle of your paper. You can have a bunch of eyes if you want a lot of little tiny eyes. It's totally up to you. I'm going to do 3 eyes. So on my white paper with my pencil, I want 3 big circle eyes. So I'm going to draw 3 big circles on my white paper with my pencil, and I'm going to grab my scissor and cut those out so I can arrange them on my paper to see if I like them. So I am cutting along my pencil line, opening and closing my scissors slowly as I follow that line. And just like we did when we were practicing cutting lines last week, my scissor is staying in the same place. It's just opening and closing. And my helping hand, the hand without the scissor, is turning and moving my paper so I can follow the line that I drew. I have 2 eyes and a 3rd eye. And when we're cutting, it's okay if a little bit of our pencil line is still showing because we're going to glue our paper down and we can add our glue on the pencil side so we won't see it. I'm going to save these scraps because I might want more white paper later on. I'm going to take my eyes and I'm going to lay them out on my paper and decide how I want them. I think that looks pretty good. Maybe I'll do like that. Now that I have my eyes on my paper and I know where I want to put them, I can glue them down. So I'm going to look on my circle and see which side of my circle that I cut out has that pencil line still visible. So this side of my circle, I can still see that pencil line of when I drew it. So this is the side I'm going to put my glue on. So I'm going to grab my glue stick, take off the cap, wind it up a little bit, and put glue on that side that had the pencil lines because we don't want to see that side. Now that I have some glue, I can stick it on my rainbow paper. And I'm going to do that for all of them. So I see my pencil lines are on this side, add some glue, and press it down. You always want to press down whatever you're gluing to make sure that it sticks. And if you ever see any edges peeking up, you can always add a little bit more glue down there to make it stick. Again, I'm going to look for my pencil lines, there they are, and add glue to the side with my pencil lines. I'm just going to hold these down for 10 seconds, counting to 10 slowly in my head so I know that they are stuck nicely on my paper. Perfect. So now my eyes are stuck. I'm going to wind my glue stick back down and press on my cap until it clicks. And now I can grab my markers and my pencil and I can add an eyeball inside my eye. So I think I'm going to do a big circle. You can do a different shape inside your eye. So I'm going to draw a big circle with my pencil at the center of each of my eyeballs. Now I'm going to grab a marker and pick what color eyes I want my monster to have. I think I want my monster to have green eyes. So I'm just going to trace that pencil line with my green marker and fill it in. I'm going to do that inside all of the eyes. I also want a pupil inside my eye. So we have our eyeball, which is the white part. We have the colored section, which is the iris. And now I want the pupil. The pupil is the black part of our eye. So I'm going to draw a little black circle inside there with my black marker. You can always draw it in pencil first and then trace over it if you're afraid you're going to make a mistake. All right, so now I have 3 eyes on there. I'm going to work on my mouth. Now with my mouth, I'm going to really think hard about what emotion I want my monster to show and how I can show that emotion using the mouth. I think I want to make an angry monster today. So I am going to start by drawing a frown that I can put teeth in. And to make that shape, I am going to draw the letter D on my paper, a nice big capital D. So I'm doing a straight line down and then a big curve from the top all the way to the bottom. So now I have a big capital D. I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to cut that out. And this shape is a special shape that we're making because this can be a smile or it could be more of a frown or an angry face. So now that I cut that out, if I position it this way on my paper, it looks like a smile and I have a very happy monster. If I flip it over, I have a sad or worried monster. So you can decide if you want to make this kind of shaped mouth, or you can make a different shape. Maybe you want a big circle open mouth, or maybe you want just a smaller smile. Just like I did with my eyeballs, I'm going to look on my black paper and see where I can still see those pencil lines. So I can see it on this side. So I'm going to grab my glue stick and that's where I'm going to add glue. And I am going to flip it over and place it right down there for his mouth. Now I am going to grab my extra white scraps that I have here and I'm going to make some teeth that I can put inside my mouth. Now teeth are kind of like a triangle shape. So I'm going to draw a couple triangles. Maybe I'll have one that's super big and then 2 little ones to surround it. So I'm going to cut these out very carefully again with my scissor. Now that I know where I want to put my teeth, you can put them on the bottom. You can put them on the top. Oh, I think I like that. So I'm going to keep my teeth like that. I'm going to grab my glue stick. And again, I'm looking for the side that has those pencil lines on it. So on this side, I can still see my pencil marks from when I drew it. And that is the side that I am putting glue on. And I'm going to do that same thing on all of them. So again, I see the pencil lines on that side. There we go. Now my monster is starting to come to life. I'm going to grab my black scrap of paper and I am going to add some eyebrows. Now our eyebrows are going to be rectangles. So we have 4 sides, 2 short, 2 long. I'm going to make 3 of these since I have 3 eyeballs and I am going to cut those out with my scissor. I'm going to lay these out on my paper so I can decide how I want them to position. And the eyebrows, just like the mouth, are fun because they can help you create the emotion you want to show. So if I wanted my monster to look more surprised, I could put his eyebrows up higher on the paper like he is raising them. Sometimes it helps to make the face that you're thinking about of the emotion you're thinking about yourself and see what your face does to move to create that emotion. So when you're surprised, your eyebrows go up and your eyes open nice and big. When you're angry, your eyebrows go down and maybe they point towards the center. When you're worried, maybe your eyebrows are up a little bit and they are out towards the sides. So those eyebrows and that mouth together really help create whatever kind of emotion you want to show. So play around with how those look and see what you like best. I think I liked the angry eyebrows the best for my monster. So I'm going to place this one nice and low, and then I'm going to tilt both of these towards the center. Once you like the way that yours looks, again, we're putting glue on the pencil side of our paper and then pressing it down nice and firmly. Now that I have all the basics down for my monster's face, I can add any details or accessories that I would like. So we have some extra black paper and we have an extra piece of white paper that we haven't cut into yet, and you can add whatever kind of details you would like to your monster. Maybe you want to add some spikes going along the sides by cutting out more triangles and coloring them in and gluing them on your paper. Maybe you want your monster to have a big mustache, or maybe you want to give your monster a nose. Maybe you want your monster to have an accessory like glasses or a hat or a bow. You can draw anything you like and add it on your monster with whatever extra paper you have left or any extra paper you have at home. I'm going to give my monster 2 bows on each side out of this extra piece of white paper that I have. And to make a bow, I am going to draw a circle in the center and then almost like a big triangle shape coming out towards the side. I'm going to draw 2 of these because I want 1 on each of those corners. Get creative with your monster and add any kinds of details you would like. Maybe you want to give it hair or little arms or something. That would totally work. All right, I got 1 bow for that corner and I got another bow for that corner. For these bows, I'm actually going to color these in with my markers right on top of my pencil lines. So I don't need to glue it down like we've been gluing down the other sides because I'm going to use my markers and cover those pencil lines up. I'm just going to take this scrap of black paper to color on so I don't mess up my pretty painted paper from last week. And I'm just going to color in my bows. Now that I finished my bows, I'm going to put some glue on the back and stick them on. Like I said, you can add whatever kind of decorations you want, but that is my line monster all finished. Once you are done with your project, don't forget to take a picture of it and upload it on our assignment page. I can't wait to see the awesome monsters you guys have created at home. Try your best, have fun, and get creative. I'll see you soon. Bye!